sharing with you. Today, we're doing Coffee with Corinne. I'm actually live in the Quad, which is part of the Foundation Academy. It is an amazing group for solopreneurs. So go check the link in the bio for anyone who, if you're not sure what the Quad is, or if you've missed out on that stuff, go join the link in my bio, and you can join not only the Academy, but you can also join into the Quad and with our Coffee with Corinne's that we have. And then I'm live over here too. So guys, we are actually live both in Circle and also on Instagram today, because I just wanted to share with everybody our first Coffee on the Quad. Well, I guess it's Coffee with Corinne on the Quad, but it's a little bit of a mouthful. So I want to welcome you this morning. I mean, school is back in session, and so we have to put our business back in session too. And so this week, I really want to talk to you about time and how, as a independent business owner, solopreneur, direct sales maven, whatever title you want to give yourself, if you are someone who wears all the hats, if you are constantly juggling in your business because you are self-employed, it's a different game. It's a different mindset. It's a different thought process that you need to have an effective and efficient business. And one of the places that it always starts is checking your time. So I asked the question to all of you watching, and I want you to comment if you feel this before, but have you ever felt like you've worked all day, your wheels are spinning, and at the end of the day, you're like, what did I accomplish? Or if you feel like there's never enough hours because you keep doing things, but you're not getting the results that you want. A lot of that time comes down to working smarter, not harder, but it really starts with time management. And this month in the Foundation Academy, as well as here on the Quad, we're going to talk a little bit more about time. And that's kind of going to be the theme for September. I know technically we're at the end of August right now, but we're going into a new month. We're going into our first full session actually at the Foundation Academy. I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. But let's really look at time and how we're using our time to maximize our time. I can tell you in the 21 years that I have been in business, if I look at my timetable, if I take the time to do a time audit and actually see where I'm spending my time, it gives me a lot of insight on where I need to tweak to take my business to that next level, or where I need to tweak to get my business out of the gutter, because there are many times that my business has been down and I had to build it back up again. I mean, life is hills and valleys. How many of you guys have you seen where we talk about, God's plan and our plan? Like we have this plan of success in life where we want to go from here to here. But God's plan means we have to go all over the place. There's a few swimming pools we have to swim in. There's a few mountains we got to climb. There's a few detours. And sometimes those are self-inflicted, but sometimes we have lessons that we need to learn so that we can grow to who we're meant to be. But that is aside from the point of what we're discussing today, which really is just about where you're spending your time. And I want you all to be aware of that. And I think that's a fun activity. If you haven't done this before, I really encourage you all just to jump in and let's do a time audit this next week. Next Monday, we won't have Coffee with Corinne because it is Labor Day. And I will actually be out of town with my family. And I hope you have great plans as well for the holiday here in the US. But the next week we're going to come back and we're going to look at that time audit and we're going to see where are we spending our time. And I hope this is something that you truly need help with. And if you do, please comment. I want to know y'all's feelings about, do you struggle with your time too? So I'm going to be doing it for myself because I know this summer we were making a lot of memories with my family, which I love. I love spending time with my girls, but I got off track and I got off my systems. Any of you guys have that where you've got systems? If you don't have systems, we'll be talking about that another month too, because systems truly are what helps you as a self-employed, independent businesswoman be successful. In fact, systems equal success, okay? So always remember that. So let's look at where our time is going. So this week, I'm really going to focus on myself doing a time audit, and I'm using Toggl, Toggl. It's an app that you can use on your computer or you can use it on your phone. I've used this in the past, and whenever I do, it really helps me keep track of what I'm doing. Now, you can use this every single week if you want to. You can even use it to track hours. If you are an independent contractor for somebody else, you can actually track your hours of what you're billing to those people, which is why I think Toggl is so cool. But for me, it's the accountability of knowing, okay, what have I done today? So I'll give you a fun little brief. So like this morning, I got up at 6:20 and I got up and, did my little morning routine, made my bed, made my coffee, got my kids up, got my kids ready for school, made their lunches, then I went and did my walk. I did my workout, and then I sat down and started figuring out my work stuff. And then I'm here with you. So that's where I've gone so far this morning. Where have I used my time? Most of it was self-care or being a mom, because being a single mom, we have that hat. And if you guys are single moms or partner moms, it doesn't matter if you're moms. If you're not moms, maybe you have fur babies you have to take out. You know, we have these responsibilities to our family and loved ones we have to have too. So tracking all of those things, then after we get off this coffee with Corinne, I've actually got to do a Monday check-in with my sales team. And then I've got other things that I've got for the day. And I'm going to write it all out because I want to make sure I'm looking at my day, seeing where did my hours go? And I want you to do it too. Because if you've been struggling with your time, if you've been struggling with reaching that next goal, that next milestone, getting over a plateau, the first place to check is where you are spending your time, because actions always speak louder than words. And so we want to see, where are our actions? Is our intention on our actions too? Like, are we thinking or are we doing? This is one of the things I always share with my Tupperware sales team is, I know looking at my own business through the years, there are times I was struggling. And when I really sat down and did a time audit like this, I realized, am I doing the things that are needed, that are revenue generating, or am I thinking them? And by writing these things out and actually seeing what I'm doing versus what I thought I was doing, or the number of times I walk myself through what I'm going to say to somebody before I actually say it. Have y'all done that? You know, you play things out in your head. I do it a lot. I mean, it's kind of overwhelming sometimes. And I'm like, Corinne, you got to let this one go. We don't need to rehearse it 70 times because the what ifs in life do hold us back. Okay. But the point is where are you spending your time? And I find it very eye-opening, and I encourage you as well. So for this week's Coffee with Corinne Fresh Tip, I really want you to think about, where's your time being spent in your business? And if you are struggling with achieving the goals that you have each week, I encourage you also to do a time audit and to look at where that time's being spent. We're going to be talking about more resources and tools to work smarter, not harder, throughout September. We're going to be talking about time blocking and more. And so I really encourage you to make sure you're joining into those. Now, if for some reason you did not watch the replay of the mind mapping last week that we did with Marsha, please make sure to go and watch that, because I'm going to tell you that mind mapping session in the quad was fantastic. We really talked about why it's so important to know what you want, not only in your business, but also in life. It's like getting in a car and driving to a destination without plugging in that address. You can think you know where you're going, but you're going to get lost along the way, which is why it's so important to know what you want, and why it's so important too to know that what you want is aligned with your core and your virtues. Are you doing what you want, or are you doing what you think you want? Are you doing what your family wants, but not what you want? Are you doing what your friends want? Are you doing what your parents want? Are you doing what your kids want? Like, are you doing what you want? Is your heart in it? And I think that's so important, especially as women solopreneurs, that our heart is in it, that we truly know what it is we want as we're working towards it. So Marsha shares an incredible tool of mind mapping that you can utilize. I actually am sitting down with my kids this afternoon, and we're going to mind map up our goals as a family. I think that's really cool, so that we know our family goals are working towards the same direction as well. So go back, watch that. It's still in the quad up. You can watch the replay. If you're like just watching this and you're like here on Instagram and you're like, oh my gosh, what is the quad? Go to the link in my bio, join the quad. Now, for all of you here in Circle 2, if you're going, I'm really enjoying these things, I'm going to want more. You might have missed it, but the doors to the Academy are opening in September, and you can go ahead and pre-register now. The Academy is going to be an incredible, incredible resource where I've got expert trainers coming in. In September, I have someone coming in that's an expert in MailChimp and is going to teach you about your emails. This is included in your subscription. It is included in your enrollment that you get every month. So you'll get that as part of it. I mean, that right there is worth it, because those workshops are over $75, and your subscription is not that. You also get access to all of my mini workshops that I've done and I will be doing. So you can access the Power Your Lives mini workshop. You can access the How to Build Your Brand mini workshop, and the How to Build Your Intro mini workshop, which is really cool. So you actually have that right there is a $700 value you're getting in the subscriptions when you join the Academy. When we get back from Labor Day, we're going to start our Level Up Accountability Group, where we jump in to help each other lift to the next level in our business. And our book club will be starting with 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. I'm also going to throw in there a little Canva one-on-one. So if you guys have been wanting to learn about Canva, we're going to have that, but it's only in the Academy, okay? So you need to make sure that you go ahead and enroll. Make sure you check your inbox if you've done a mini workshop with me before, because I have an exclusive bonus just for you. In fact, I have an exclusive bonus for everybody, but there's an extra one for those who have done my workshops before. And here's what that bonus is. When you go ahead and enroll in the Academy by August 31st, you are going to have the opportunity to participate in the Unstuck project for free. This again is also starting after Labor Day. It is a 21-day reverse boot camp to help us get out of the muck. It's going to teach you simple things and through a layering process that you can truly maintain. It's not that whole bunch all at once and then you have to maintain it. It's let me show you how to incorporate this slowly in your life. We all function a little bit differently, and I find this to be very eye-opening for me too. And everyone that has done the Unstuck project has loved it as well. So I'm really excited about it. So go ahead and click the link. And if you haven't on here, I'll put it in the replay on the Coffee on the Quad. And for all of you on Instagram, just click the link at the top and you can also join, or DM me for DM me for questions. If you have questions, we can do it in the messenger. But yeah, so to finish up everything, guys, take your coffee, really think about where your time's being spent. I encourage you all to do a time audit to really look at, are you thinking your business or are you doing your business? What are you doing is revenue generating? And if you're not reaching the level you want to achieve, maybe that's a good place to start. I hope you guys enjoyed this coffee with Corinne this morning, and I can't wait to see you more. Make sure, again, please comment and share what things you're looking forward to, what you would love to see in the future, and more. All right, guys, that's it for today. Bye. Gotta close this off. It's always fun when you have two different things